Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
Valoria goes left. Valoria flips it up and in!
Sir Orlan Mamar, but Mamar gets the step and the finish.
Hail Mary. June Manzo will fire.
Oh my goodness!
June Manzo all the way from
Serrano, Bebuelo, Serrano with the basket. Fuentes, no hesitation, gets it to go!
No!
Obisto, yeah! Jason Obisto with the putback!
Ito ang Liga About Filipino. This is the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, and we are coming to you live from the historic Rizal Memorial Coliseum in the city of Manila for our triple header ngayong Huwebes. It's another great day for basketball action. Day 11 na tayo ng ating 7th season ng MPBL, kung saan ang Bataan Risers are still in search of their first victory. They're trying to end that wait today as they take on the Cebu Classic. Cebu, of course, coming off a loss the last time out to Quezon. Ito po yung maglalaban ngayong araw na to. Val City against Basilan in our 6 p.m. game. 8 p.m. Nueva Ecija goes for win number 3 against the Manila Batang Quiapo. Magandang hapon mga kaliga, si Daf Tupas kasama si Javi Palanya. Of course, kasama din natin si Sydney Crespo. And Javi, 3 more games on tap, including this one. Bataan, naghahanap pa ng kanilang unang panalo.
Yeah, yung Bataan, they're a very formidable team. Pero I think Coach Goody Ilagan and Coach Ogie Gumatay still can't find the right combinations to work on the court. But this is definitely a team that is very formidable sa Northern Division and a team that a lot of teams should look at as well.
Oo, no, mapapanood yung MPBL on Facebook and on YouTube, and of course on Solar Sports. And mamaya yan yung coverage natin starting at 6 p.m. No? Silipin muna natin ang ating team standings. Let's go to the South Division first. And we see Cebu there at number 5 with a 1-1 record. And, you know, Binyan got on board yesterday. Ang nasa taas, Rizal, Quezon, Zamboanga, and Gensan. Impressive start for these teams.
Yeah, but you know, at the start of the season, all of these teams, malami sa kanila, they're just still feeling out their respective rosters. A lot of the new additions still trying to feel their way into the new systems that they're playing in. So expect the victory still to come para sa maraming koponan, and of course, marami pang team ang hindi pa naglalaro.
No, Davao, Parañaque, Muntinlupa, and Bacolod have yet to play this season. North Division naman, there's a slight shake-up in the standings. Ilagan, of course, 2-1 na sila, no? And Abra losing as well as Pangasinan last night.
Yeah, that was a surprising loss for the Abra Weavers last night against the Pasay Voyagers. And nakita natin dito sa Northern Division, maraming teams at 2-1 right now. It's only Nueva Ecija and Pampanga who are without a loss so far atop the Northern Division team standings.
Let's talk about Bataan. Avi, you covered their game last Monday. They lost to the Gensan Warriors. It was a close game, and again, it went down to the final quarter kung saan itong Bataan just could not seem to close it out.
Yeah, they were down by 8 points heading into the fourth quarter, and they made a huge run towards the latter part of that game. Hubert Cani actually had the big 3-point shot when everything seemed that it was going to go the side of Gensan already, but then Hubert Cani nailed that 3-point shot that gave Bataan a chance still. But it was really the free throws that did them in sa laro na to, and the lack of 3-point shooting. They only shot 4 3-point shots in that game compared to the 8 of the Gensan Warriors, and their free throws, 16 out of 32. imagine if na-shoot nila kahit kalahati man lang ng kanilang mga attempts dito sa laro na to, that would be a good reason for them to win that ball game and snag the victory against Gensan.
Well, Jensen did not shoot particularly well at the line as well. Cebu naman ang ating pag-usapan. Low-scoring affair against the Quezon Huskers, and unlike their first game where they pulled off an upset against Caloocan, this time Cebu just could not find their range.
Well, the hero from their first game, Boom Boom Tampos, struggled in that match. 1 out of 7 from the field. Rashawn McCarthy, isa sa mga inaasahan rin nila sa opensa, also struggled from the field. 2 out of 10. In fact, it was only Daryl Manliguez who got into double figures sa laro na yun with 10 points in that game. You look at the numbers, they really struggled on offense, only shooting 26.3% from the field, but they did have 57 attempts. Kaya lang, 68 attempts naman ang binigay nila dito sa Quezon Huskers, and their 21 turnovers were converted into 19 turnover points by the Quezon Huskers in that game.
So difficult times para sa Cebu, especially in this ball game. Can they turn things around sa laban na to? And question marks here because it looks like itong si Boom Boom Tampos is medyo na-scout na rin siya, no?
Yes.
Dahil nga maganda yung pinakita niya sa opening game.
He's definitely put a target on his back. As you take a look at the game day results that happened yesterday, Ilagan winning over Bulacan, Pasay getting a surprise win against the Abra Weavers, and the Binyanta Takjel also getting an upset against the Pangasinan Heatwaves.
Well, you can't, you know, medyo debatable ang upset.
Ito na
Lagi namin pinag-uusapan ni Christian Luanzon yung upset na yan eh. Kasi sa kanyang mata, iba eh. Sa akin, iba din eh. But syempre, you know, unpredictable itong liga natin in our 7th season, and we'll see if we can you know, pull some surprises again today. Let's go to Richard Campos for the starting lineups. It's Cebu against Bataan.
Our first match is between Bataan and Cebu. Now, join me in welcoming the starting lineups. First, the one Bataan Risers, Kamaya Coast. Playing center number 23, Rinwil Yambing. 2 guard number 9, Jep Santos. At forward number 4, J.L. Capulong. Also at forward number 2, Carl Bringas. Point guard number 1, Robbie Darang. One Bataan Risers is led by Gudi Ilagan, assisted by Ogie Gumatay, Arvin Ginto, Paul de la Cruz, Rene Baina, Prince Cruz, Louis Cortina, Marvin Molines, Erwin Lozada, Frederick Francisco, Jonas Giao, and El Granada, Gary David. Assistant team manager, Shai Evangelista. Team managers, Ariel Joaquin and attorney Gary Palmero. Team owner, Luis Valenzuela. Starting for Cebu Classic. Forward number 13, Mark Meneses. The other forward number 24, Dennis Santos. Playing center number 27, Ladis Lepalam. At guard number 52, Rashawn McCarthy. Point guard number 0, the Aquaman, Paulo Hubalde. They are led by Voltaire Ora. His assistants are Mike Reyes, Jun Dause, Marlon Zambrano, Demi Salenga, and Jin Putong. Referees for this ball game are crew chief Jonald Belnas.
Our starting 5 is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Bataan has Robbie Darang, Jeff Santos, William Bing, Carl Bringas, and John Lawrence Capulong. I think Capulong should be the center there. Cebu has Paulo Hubalde, Sean McCarthy, Ladis Lepalam, Dennis Santos, and Mark Meneses.
Our first game of the Aquaman, Paulo Hubalde, this season for the Cebu Classic sa laro na to. Let's see how he can impact this game para sa Cebu Classic. Very important piece para sa kanila in the off-season.
Tapos ang tira ni Robbie Darang. Sean McCarthy. Oh, ball finding their way to Lepalam. He's up against Capulong. Ladis, the fadeaway. No. Rebound, Yambing.
I thought he took a little more time there with the basketball. Already had that one-on-one opportunity.
Darang, corner 3. Santos, that's short. Rebound. Natapik. Ball is loose, picked up by Robbie Darang. Santos, back to Darang. Back out to Capullo. Puts the ball on the deck and John Lawrence Capullo.
Oh, we didn't see that much last year galing kay John Lawrence Capullo. You expect him to attack from the post area, but this one he attacks from the outside, puts the ball on the deck, and finishes through the contact.
You know, if he puts his head down, I don't think a lot of players in the MPBL will stand in the way.
Exactly. You know, if he extends his repertoire to those kinds of attacks offensively, he definitely is in step to be one of the big men that aabangan natin dito sa MPBL.
Advantage in foot speed para sa kanya when he is up against Lepalan. But the Aquaman, Paolo Jobalde, the ageless Paolo Jobalde.
Indeed. Always in shape as well, Paolo Jobalde.
Robbie Darang. They go to Bringas. Against Santos, the turnaround shot from Bringas. Meneses grabs the rebound. Jobalde, no look pass to Meneses, who lays it in off the glass.
Very important that Paolo Jobalde is now seeing action para sa Cebu Classic. In their first two games, you saw that with the ball in the hands of guys like Daryl Manliguez, medyo may chaos pa itong Cebu Classic. But with Paolo Jobalde there, very organized. You know that he's gonna make the right decisions.
Our assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Now, Paolo Jobalde, an MPBL pioneer.
Indeed, yes.
MPBL legend. Okay.
It's still very much in shape to compete with the best of them here.
Meneses to Jobalde. Lepalan with the pick. Paolo for three. Too strong. Rebound. Darang. Robbie drives left. Stopped by McCarthy. He goes back to Capullo. Darang drives right at McCarthy, and that's a foul on Rashawn McCarthy.
He definitely has the speed advantage here over the two guards of the Cebu Classic. Ito si Robbie Darang. Not a lot of guys can keep in step with this guy.
Especially driving left.
That's his strong side, and Robbie Darang getting much more responsibility this year with Bataan.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Maraming salamat sa LGR Sportswear for our uniforms.
Our beautiful uniforms.
Yeah, nakita mo. Gawa pa tayo ng variation. Tayo daw bahala mag-design.
Talaga?
Sila lang gagawa.
Ano kayang kulay ang maganda? Pero ang ganda nga ng black and blue eh. Maybe a different shade of blue would be good.
Pwede. Or ilipat natin ng blue.
Pwede.
Ibaba natin yung white.
Pwede rin. Oo, interchange natin.
Mukhang, ito yung gusto ko dito sa Rizal Memorial. Lalo na sa Manila, yung game. Ang daming pagkain na lumalapit sa'yo. Santos scores on the break.
Gumpisa pa lang tayo. Ang dami na nasa harap ko ngayon eh.
Oo nga. Saan kaya binili ni Val yung turon, no?
Well, I think ikaw ang maalam talaga dito sa lugar na to. This is a very nostalgic place for you.
Yeah. This is where I learned basketball. Bring us on the break. Trying to save that basketball from going out. A little frenetic here. A little chaotic on that fast break. Daniel Manliguez is in the game. Turnover again for Cebu. Darang to William Bing for three. Daniel Manliguez with a rebound. Santos leaking out, and that ball tapped away by William Bing.
I think just the energy of playing here in this venue, Sedelf, is giving these guys a lot of energy to play on the court and to really push the pace. I just love it.
Oo, alam naman, itong venue na to, no? It's witnessed so many classic games. So many epic encounters, whether it's the collegiate,
yes,
whether it's international, because they used to play the Asian Championships here.
Tama.
This is where legends were made.
Well, I'm hoping that we will have a lot more games to play here this
Siyempre,
season.
ako gusto ko. As Capulong scores the second and one opportunity for Renz Capulong.
And JL Capulong really putting his head down here in the first quarter. He's very aggressive here to begin this game. He knows that he has the advantage against Ladis Lepalam. Before the game, I saw JL Capulong doing warm-ups with assistant coach Gary David. And they were really working on his mid-range to short-range shot. That's why I'm very surprised to see that he's really attacking from the outside here, putting the ball on the deck.
Well, Capulong started his career with Pampanga here in the MPBL. That was season 4. But after spending a couple of years in the NCAA, he's now back with in the MPBL.
I'm happy to see him back.
Full-time pro na siya.
Yes.
I'm sure he was on Pampanga's radar, but I think Bataan really just signed him very early.
And I think he realizes that with Bataan, dito talaga makikita niya that his star will shine the most compared to Pampanga kung saan marami pa rin siyang kalaban sa pwesto
That's another foul on Santos.
It's just a big smile on the face of the Aquaman. He knows that he has the number of Jeff Santos here early on. Simpleng mga paggulang lang ang ginagawa dito ni Paulo Hubalde, but very effective to start this game.
He slides to the 2 spot. Paulo Balde with Manliguez in the game. He's up against Santos. Santos launches the 3. That's Dennis Santos rather. Manliguez cuts short, and Dennis Santos with a stick back.
Dennis Santos, we saw him last year, explosive scorer, but this is a guy that we haven't seen yet na pumutok this season. There's the miss by Manliguez, and you love that Dennis Santos is crashing the offensive glass there. Only averaging a point in the last 2 games for the Cebu Classic to begin this season. So you hope that this could be his breakout performance para sa Cebu.
Kung naghihintay ka na makabutas na si Dennis Santos
Mismo.
para may options, more options for Cebu.
Kasi itong team ng Cebu, I mean, they may not have the biggest names, but this is a very experienced squad.
I think with more games, they will, I think they're gonna be very, very strong.
I agree. Yeah, I think
Especially with the South, na medyo bukas ang South Division.
mismo. At saka kasi konting mga araw pa lang sila nakakapag-ensayo before the season. And that's why I think chemistry issues pa rin talaga.
Cebu still down 7-8. Robbie Darang. And then Sazon is in the game. Sazon pulls up the jumper. No good. Rebound, Meneses. Stepped on the line under pressure from William Bing. The play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, a title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Talaga mas mapapadali ang buhay mo. Ang point guard mo ay si Paulo Hubalde. Ladis Lepalam should take advantage of this opportunity.
Well, the two teams running at every opportunity, really. Santos, step back 3. What a move there.
I used to see that a lot when he was still in the 3x3 circuit. Ito si Dennis Santos. And that's why he was such a hot commodity for Valenzuela last year, because of the ability to break down his defender one-on-one on the bounce.
Paulo Hubalde drives and almost made the shot.
Imagine Paulo Hubalde at his age still able to blow by much younger guys, much more athletic players like William Bing.
And Paulo Hubalde is going to the free throw line.
This is the bench unit now on the floor para sa Bataan Risers. This 5 on the floor has the potential to be one of their finishing units this season. Kani at the point, Sazon at the 2, and then you have Kapulong and Gabawan together with Dante Pagyo in the front line.
Kani. Goes to Kapulong. Jamil Gabawan, Dante Pagyo. Ives. Gabawan launches the 3. That's an air ball.
He can hit that occasionally, just not at a very consistent rate yet. Ito si Jamil Gabawan.
Rafi Octubre, who first played for Cebu. Dito niya sinimulan ng career niya in the MPBL. Cebu
Kasama niya
Sharks.
si Will Macaloni.
Yes, that was the twin tower combination.
Inside-outside, ang ganda naman ng combination na yun.
They made the playoffs, I think. Yes, they made the playoffs, but I think they got bounced early. Octubre to Gabawan against Meneses. Pagyo shoots over Holmqvist. Well challenged by Ken Holmqvist. Obalde for 3. That's short. Rebound, Jamil Gabawan. Quickly to Hubert Kani. Kani. They swing it over to Octubre. Rafi will fire.
Still trying to get his legs under him. Ito si Rafi Octubre. Not a good start. Wow, both teams are shooting blanks the past few possessions.
And Pagyo is fouled.
Combined 7 out of 25 between these two squads to start the game. Not really a good percentage from the field for both of these teams. Bongbong Tampos now coming in for the Cebu Classic. Coach Jun Dause and Coach Volter Ora looking for a spark here.
I like that people are coming into the Rizal Memorial Stadium. No? Pumapasok ng mga fans dito, lalo na for Bataan.
I think we're anticipating a good-sized crowd for today's games.
We're tied at 10 with under 3 minutes to play in the first period. I don't know.
Daryl Manliguez and Ken Holmqvist hindi nagkaintindihan dun. Holmqvist was expecting that there was a guy behind him to receive that pass.
Boom Boom Tampos is in the game. Here's Gabawan. Ives Sazon. Sazon jumper. That don't go in. Rebound. Holmqvist. Manliguez traveled. Was that the right call?
I'm not too sure about that call, but the referee Jojo Belnas was right in step with Daryl Manliguez on that play. A costly turnover there para sa Cebu. Now Bataan has a chance to break this deadlock.
Kani. Octubre. Rafi. Back out to Dante Pagyo. That's off. Jamil Gabawan with a stick back.
Curiously enough, with this kind of talent that you have offensively on the floor for Bataan, it's Dante Pagyo and Jamil Gabawan trying to go for shots here for Bataan.
Tampos to Martinez. Too strong on that one. Sazon grabs the rebound. Ives. Brian Mendoza is in the game as well. Hubert Kani, the extra pass to Pagyo. Kani gets the 3 to drop.
I believe that Hubert Kani is still one of the best point guards in terms of talent and experience here in this league. It's just a matter of him fitting into the right team. And I think this Bataan squad has a potential for him to be able to show the full extent of his talent.
Holmqvist gets it to Tampos. Oh, Hang-time move from Airboom Campos.
Exactly how he introduced himself to the league in that game against Caloocan. It was shots like this, Sedel, leaning in, drawing contact, and finishing with that kind of hang time.
Airboom Campos already making a name for himself in the Panalay circuit in Mindanao. He's been may nakakuha to ng offers for college teams dito sa Manila.
And yet he chose to play here for the Classic.
No, just did not want to move.
Okay, yeah. That's understandable. Actually, ang daming mga talent.
Look at that. Look at that field. That was a tough catch and a tough angle.
Those are the types of shots and catches that he's used to in the Panalay circuit, and that's why that's mincemeat para sa kanya. At maraming mga players in the Visayas and the Mindanao, di natin nakikita dito sa Manila because of their apprehension to move here to the big city. Pero ang daming talent. That's why I was so excited for Cebu to come back, because I know that they have some homegrown players that they can boast of.
Rian Mendoza, short on the 3. Baguio is fouled.
Well, Mendoza is a guy that was able to make the big move here to Metro Manila with FEU in college. Part of that stacked FEU lineup that featured R.R. Garcia and Terence Romeo. He was limited to a role player there, but he's a player who can shoot from the outside, was also very athletic in college. I'm not sure now, but definitely also a good piece off the bench para dito sa Cebu Classic.
And Dante Baguio at the line. And this is the first. 8 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 0 for 2 for Dante Baguio. Almost a steal. Mendoza will run out of time.
Ken Hopis was trying to be fancy with that pass.
And that will do it for the first period. We're tied at 15. Cebu and Bataan fighting tooth and nail early on. Kapulong had a couple of strong drives to the basket. This could not complete the and one opportunity. Paulo Hubalde back in action. Feeds Aladis de Pala for that inside drive. And what about Airboom Campos with this daredevil drive to the basket? He gets it to drop. And Cebu and Bataan are tied at 15 after 1.
Welcome back to the MPBL. Bataan and Cebu have shown grit and determination early this season, pushing their opponents to the limit last game. Pero sa dulo, kinakapos lang raw. Kulang ng finishing kick para makuha ang panalo. Para kay Coach Goody Ilagan, this is still a good sign though, considering they face tough teams. Sana lang daw ay mas naayos pa nila ang kanilang free throws versus Gensan at nakapag-communicate ng maayos in the last 10 seconds. Meanwhile, Cebu admits 3 linggo pa lang sila nag-i-ensayo ng kumpleto. Marami pang kailangan ayusin sa gelling and familiarity. Quick update lang rin, Cebu homegrown Ivan Meca is still nursing his sprained right wrist na nakuha niya nung first game. 70% okay na daw ito at hopefully makabalik na siya para sa Cebu next game. Sa Delphin Javi.
Thank you so much, Sid. And updates there from both camps. Free throws not helping Bataan. And alam natin, no, lagi natin pinag-uusapan ng ring dun sa Bataan eh.
Yeah, ang tigas ng ring dun.
Kaya
Walang awa eh, kaya kailangan saktong-sakto, swak na swak.
nagagalingan talaga ako sa mga player na magandang shooting percentage pag Bataan game. Rafi Octubre. This is as look at the field goal shooting, almost identical here.
Yeah, 31% for Cebu, 26% para sa Bataan.
Mitchell Maines banks it in.
You see the depth here of Bataan, putting in Mitchell Maines here in the second quarter. This is a strong team with a lot of talent in every position. It's just a matter of finding the right combinations that will work at any given time.
Manligues thought about it. Habonete fires and hits. John Habonete gives Cebu the lead.
A simple two-man game between him and Manligues. Popping out Habonete. He's a guy who could stretch the floor para sa Cebu Classic.
Molquist. Manligues to Tampos. That's a tough shot there. Na kumagat na si Sazon and really no choice but to throw it up. Nakakuha pa ng foul.
I think that was a terrible foul by Ives Sazon. Here's the previous basket. Habonete knocking it down.
Your 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One Stop Shop Appliances.
Giselle Tarosa actually got lucky that he is at the line right now for 2 shots. I think Cebu was better off setting up Habonete again, who was free top of the circle for another 3-point shot.
Tarosa knocks down the free throws. Ramirez is in. Kasama si Dom Vera, Mitchell Maynes, Alex Ramos, and Jamil Gabawan. Ramirez! Ito Ramirez.
Defensive miscue right there for the Cebu Classic. Nobody marking Tutoy Ramirez. Simple give and go for the Bataan Risers.
Tarosa drives. Offensive foul.
Using his left arm to ward off the defense.
(20-19). The pressure here from Cebu. Oh, steal by Lepalam. He gets it back. Boom, boom. Oh, wow. That's a capable shot blocker in Alex Ramos there. 7 points para kay Boom Boom Tampos.
Definitely the right decision for Ladis Lepalam to give it back to Tampos, who was the more athletic finisher. Although Lepalam is the taller player, Tampos definitely a guy who knows how to finish on the break.
Our play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Tampos now with 7 points in this game, Sedelf. And he's really putting a lot of defensive pressure here on Tutoy Ramirez, making it hard for him to set it up.
Gabawan, spin. Oh, that's a tough finish from the veteran.
It looked like he was going nowhere there, but managed somehow to get it into the basket with that hook shot.
Bancale is in the game. No Shaq Imperial for this one.
Correct, yes.
Abonete missed the rim there. Maynes. Good job there by Cebu getting back in transition, but they throw the ball away.
Ayan ang isa sa mga bagay na kailangan pa rin i-improve ni Ladis Lepalam. Ang kanyang decision making, especially after the rebound. Who to get it to push to transition.
Ramos misses the jumper. Tutoy Ramirez saves it only to a Cebu player. Bancale to Boom Boom. He recovers. Tarosa now on to Habonete. Bancale misses the 3. Rebound Dom Vera. Slips away from the D. Dom to Tutoy. He will wait. Gabawan drives. Ramos. Extra pass. Ooh. Oh. I thought he had a shot there.
Dom Vera is a very capable outside shooter, but he decides to go for the higher percentage shot. Nice ball movement for the Bataan Risers there. Take a look at this. He attacks the closeout of Habonete and sees Gabawan right there underneath for that reverse.
Timeout muna ang Cebu dito. As Bataan has taken the lead 23-22.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100%'ong Pinas. 50 tayo! 50 si ME! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Back inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum in the city of Manila. That's Chairman Richard Dicky Bachman, one of my favorite government officials. Kasi mga paborito ko yan.
Mukhang
Si
busy
Chairman,
pa eh.
oh, busy. Siyempre teammate yan ni Captain Marbel, our commissioner.
Correct, yeah, that's correct.
They're former teammates.
And that's why Com Kenneth was very happy to see him on our screens. I'm sure makikita sila mamaya.
Pero paborito ko yan, Dicky Bachman. Chairman Dicky Bachman.
Laging abala eh, no?
The best chairman. Ano yan? Napakasipag.
Yeah, he's been at that position for quite some time already.
Yes.
And for good reason.
And there's a reason why. There's a reason why. Magaling mag-golf. Hindi ko na, sayang hindi ko na-record. I-record ko, ipapadala ko to sa kanya. Baka, ang hirap lang eh. Medyo strict yung security dito. Hindi ka makapasok agad.
Kaya nga eh.
Medyo strict
Matagal
yung-
rin ako na abala doon sa entrance eh.
Next time, i-abiso natin yung kaya chairman. But the PSC is managing this entire facility, and they've done a great job. No, ang football field is almost done. Malapit nang magbago ang artificial pitch doon. So yung Ninoy pwede na ring mag-host ng games, no? And even this
Whole facility is world class.
is alive.
And just when everybody thought that wala nang mapupuntahan itong mga facilities natin dito, kudos to Chairman Bachman and his team.
Oh, foul on minus.
I gotta tell you though, this Cebu Classic unit on the floor is a ragtag 5. They're not afraid to mix it up defensively, and they're also very physical on the offensive side. Fighting through the contact. I like how they're playing hard here in this game.
Bangkale. Against Darang. Abunete. He swings it over to Hubalde. Three-pointer for Paulo. That won't go. And get another crack at it. Bangkale. He hit one earlier. That's his second.
He seems to be a dead shot from the outside. You leave him wide open. He always almost has a good line to his shot. And there's a reason why Coach Mike Reyes and Coach Junda Jose have put in a lot of trust in him here in the second quarter.
1 of 11 for Bataan. That's the fourth three-pointer in the other hand. Jeco Bangkale and Jan Abunete. They're part of that. They play for Mapua. Pareho sila eh.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Won an NCAA title. Bangkale. That won't go. Darang with the rebound. Minus. Too open. Para kay Mitchell Minus, so he pulls back. Javier quick spin. And that is off Chris Javier.
No, it's going to stay with Bataan. I think our referee is saying that it's off Ladis Lepalam. Coach Junda Jose wasting no time. Sumenyas agad na challenge. Pero they correct the call. Our referees did. So it will swing back to Cebu's way.
Yeah, that Abunete and Bangkale were part of that NCAA champion team in season 100 of the NCAA, yung Mapua Cardinals. Sama nila Clint Escamis, saka ni JC Recto rather. As Minus is fouled.
And that's why these two players, they bring a lot of spunk to this squad. I believe this is their first game for Cebu this season.
And they are both from Cebu. Kaya homegrown, listed as homegrown.
Kasi ang dami talagang basketball talent sa Cebu.
Maraming salamat sa LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
I wonder if we're gonna have a Cebu home game this season. Will we?
I'm hoping.
That's gonna be solid. I'm sure the Cebuanos are...
Pabangan ko yung mga apports mo doon sa
Yun,
Cebu.
oo, tama.
Abang sabihin natin, mga apports ni Javi, ready na kayo dyan, ha?
I'm sure the Cebuanos are raring to have another Cebu home game this season.
Ang tagal na. Yung last home game is... Bacale has shown us a lot here in his time on the floor.
And his play will certainly help the cause of Cebu to have a home game doon sa kanilang probinsya. If he continue to play like this, I'm sure everybody there in Cebu will love to see this team play.
He is solid, Jeco Bacale.
Two-way player, very unassuming defensively, not afraid to mix it up, and ang tapang sa opensa.
Oh, and of course, the energy that he brings to this Cebu team. He's been instrumental in the second quarter as the Classic are now ahead, 30-24, 7-0 run here for Cebu.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si Emmy! Hati mo, si Manny!
PSC Chairman Vicky Backman and the legend, the El Granada, Gary David, part of the Bataan coaching staff now. Counselor Gary David. And syempre kasama din natin Commissioner Ana Hernandez, our head of operations, and Emer Oreta. Long distance sabi ni.
Ganyan sila ka-close.
Oo.
Sign language lang, nagkakaintindihan.
Sabi niya,
na.
padalan mo ng pati ang panel? Ha? Nakikita ko? Pati ba kami? Paano kami? Parang si chairman dito lang kila Kom tumuturo. Akala ko kasama kami.
Well, right now, Bataan
Grabe.
really struggling.
Grabe, may sinisenya si bawo, di daw ako kasama sa food. Grabe. So nice of you to host us here, Chairman Backman. 30-24.
Manalo ka daw muna sa golf. Yun natin yung sinasabi niya.
Abangan ko yan. Pag-practice yan eh. Ubalde. It's great defense from Bataan. And the ball will go back to Bataan. Foul.
Certainly better anticipation on the pick and roll set right there on the left side by the Risers. Good pass by Hubalde, but good rotation defensively for Bataan. Now a chance for them to trim this deficit.
Sazon to Javier. Santos. Ives Sazon. Meneses grabs the rebound. Jeco is fouled by Darang. Another smart play from Jeco.
And just numerous one-and-done possessions for Bataan in the past few plays. Cebu ensuring that they get the defensive rebound so they can push in transition. Pag na-stop sila ng transition defense, they are almost always making the right decision in the half court, courtesy of this guy, Jeco Bancale.
Ang ganda lang ng pagpasok niya, no? Parang matagal na siya sa team na to. Well, this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances sa subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Javier, restoring order there para sa Bataan. Jeff Santos. Carl Bringas with a pick for Jeff Santos. He sees a gap, and Martinez is there to protect the rim. Mark Meneses to Hamon. Bancale to John Hamon. Puts the ball on the deck na. Bitawan ang bola. Fast break ang Bataan. Darang lost it. But it will stay with the Risers.
That's a problem for Robbie Darang. He was on the right side and still was trying to finish with the left. If he tried to go with the right, that would have been a better angle for him to protect the basketball.
Sazon sees a gap and lays it in.
Rare miscue here in the second quarter defensively para sa Cebu Classic. And Sazon taking it all the way to the cup. No interior defense for the guys in maroon.
Meneses to Hamon. Step back three. No. Rebound, Carl Bringas. Robbie Darang looking up, surveying the floor. Ball poked away. And a foul on Adlawan.
I think that Robbie Darang should realize that his main guy, Yves Sazon, already scored his first basket of the game, and he should have went to Yves again on the left wing. He was asking for the basketball instead of trying to go inside. But they're lucky that tatawagan ng foul itong Cebu, and they're already in the penalty. That's why Chris Javier is at the free throw line right now.
Javier swishes the free throw. Bataan with, gaining some ground here as we near the end of the first half. 8.5 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists para kay Chris Javier. Humingi ng timeout ang Cebu Classic. They're up by 3 with 44 seconds remaining in the first half.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo, 50 si ME. Hati mo, si Manny.
Ito, Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. This is the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Season 7. Paolo Hubalde, Jeco Bancale, and the rest of the Cebu Classic on top, 31-28, with 44 seconds remaining in the first half. Cebu getting it across. They can go for a 2-for-1 here. Both teams in penalty. Hubalde forcing that one. Still no go. Adlawan tries to finish on the other side.
Oh, it's going to count. But they're going to review it. Kaya lang ang unang call ni referee Jojo Belnas was a goaltending. I'm not sure if it was offensive goaltending or defensive goaltending. I'm surprised that Paolo Hubalde took matters into his own hands in that possession. When he drove into the lane towards the middle, John Hamon, I believe, had an opportunity for a catch and shoot. But Hubalde opted to go inside, forcing the issue, could not get it on the second serving. Now our referee is reviewing what happened in that last play.
So, bola mapupunta sa Cebu? Oh no, Bataan rather. So no count. No goaltend.
But Kapulong definitely had his hands on the net.
Yeah, but Bataan also asking for a timeout. 31 to 28. 26 seconds remaining in the first half.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Hati mo, si Manny!
Nagbabalik ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Cebu Classic on top by 3 against the Bataan Risers. 26 seconds left in the first half. We go to Kapulong against Meneses. Carl Bringas wide open for 3. No. Jeco Bangkale. Quickly to John Hamon. The ball fake. The hang time. No. Adlawan, no. Bringas with a rebound. But they will run out of time. The Cebu Classic will go into the half with a 3-point lead against the Bataan Risers.
Intense possessions to end our second quarter here, but both teams failing to get a basket. Paulo Balde getting into it early with Jeff Santos.
Siguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
My name is Cindy Crespo at kayo po ay nanonood ng aming game number 1 between Cebu Classic and 1 Bataan Risers. Kasama ko si Assistant Coach Marlon Zambrano ng Cebu and of course Attorney Gary Palmero, Team Manager of 1 Bataan Risers. Coach Marlon, Cebu needs a bounce-back win pero so far palitan ang score ng first quarter, medyo lumamang ng second quarter. Ano ba ang dapat nating i-priority in the second half?
Unang-una yung depensa namin, kailangan pang konting diin pa. Tapos execution ng play namin, yan need pang ipalis sa second half.
Thank you so much Coach Marlon. Ngayon may mga babatiin ba kayo? Pasasalamatan?
Batiin lang namin mga sponsors namin, CSAS Apparel, MJ Senate, EGS, Bioderm, Winzir, Aerospace Venture, Wings and Things, and Derm V Pharma. Ayan.
Alright, thank you so much, Coach Marlon. Ngayon naman, kasama ko si Attorney Gary. Attorney, hinahanap pa rin ng Bataan ang una ninyong panalo this season. No? Pero kita rin naman natin last game kung anong kayang gawin ng grupong ito. Attorney, may sinabi ka ba sa kanila bago magsimula ang laro ngayon?
Kinausap namin yung mga players, in-explain namin kung ano yung roles nila sa team, tsaka yung expectations namin sa kanila. Hopefully, mag-turn out na mas okay ngayong game.
Attorney, I'm sure may mga pasasalamatan din po kayo.
Salamat sa mga sponsors namin, tsaka yung Kamaya family, nandito sila bumisita. Las Casas, maraming salamat. Kamaya Airport, Kamaya Golf, maraming salamat sa inyo. At sa mga LG officials na sumusuporta sa amin, salamat.
Alright, Attorney, thank you so much for joining me here. That's it for halftime interviews. Mga kaligaw, huwag kayong aalis. Magbabalik ang MPBL.
Parehong mababa. Free throws. Cebu doing slightly better. Lamang sa inside points ang Bataan, pero lamang sa rebounds.
Yeah, that's what got them a lot more possessions. And second chance points rin lamang ang Cebu 9-4. Din yun na nakikita sa screens ninyo. But both teams, as you mentioned, struggling from the field. After a deadlock, after the first quarter, Cebu was actually doing good in the second period, courtesy guys like Jeco Bangkale. But Bataan was able to catch up towards the end of that second period. There you see Jeco Bangkale knocking down big shots. He had 9 points in the first half to be able to get Cebu a lead in the second period. But Bataan slowly gaining some rhythm.
Yeah, and Jamil Gabawan, 6 points. And John Lawrence Capulong, kita natin, dalawang strong drives. But after that, wala masyado. And I think it's been, Bataan's inconsistencies with the way they're running their offense na nahihirapan sila. Take a look at Sidney Crespo talking to Jeco Bangkale. Mukhang masinsinang usapan niya.
Mukhang heart to heart eh.
Heart to heart talaga.
And I think the problem for Bataan is really still, just like I mentioned at the top of our coverage, the difficulty of having to shuffle all these talent on their roster. This is a very strong squad, but they still can't figure out yung rotation nila eh. Kung ano ba talaga yung solid na rotation nila dito.
Bataan?
Yes. Kasi tingnan mo, every position, they're loaded. But hindi pa nila makuha yung tamang timpla eh.
31-28. And this is a good five to have. Yambing, Kani, Capulong, and Sazon. As Cebu commits a turnover.
Yeah, actually, potentially fast five on the floor. That's also very tall. They don't give up a lot of height defensively. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a neck-and-neck quarter here in the third.
Yambing launches the three. That won't drop. Rebound in Ladis Lepalam. Paulo Hubalde. Dennis Santos. On to Ladis. The handoff to Paulo. Back to Ladis. The one-hander won't go. He is fouled by John Lawrence Capulong.
Capulong tried to out-jump Ladis Lepalam there on that rebounds play, but Lepalam was also competing with him for that loose ball. And when Ladis Lepalam is competing like that, it's pretty hard to stop him. All 6'7", 6'8" of him.
Mabigat. Mabigat i-box out. Mabigat pag nandun na siya sa malalim na siya sa inside the paint.
And he looks more mobile this year.
Yeah, that's a good observation, Avi. I think mas maganda yung movement ni Ladis. I think he's prepared better for this year. Unlike last year, parang medyo he was dragging his feet last year.
Tama.
And si Best Sazon tries to get going here in the third quarter.
Only second bucket of the game. And going back to Ladis Lepalam, I think JL Capulong is also surprised with the way Lepalam is moving here in this game because alam ko nag-abot pa yan sa NCAA.
Meneses knocks down the corner three, 35-30.
That's one part of his game we did not see a lot in his time with Pangasinan.
Oh, nice pass. Hubert Kani. Mintis nga lang from Jamil Gabawan.
Unbothered at the basket.
Santos. Plenty of time on the shot clock for Cebu. Ladis with a pick for Paulo. Swings it over to Dennis Santos. Good on the three.
That's one guy, if they get him going, will be pretty hard to stop because then Bataan will now have to choose their poison.
Hirap sa ball screen yun pag lagi kang may desisyon na gagawin.
Especially with the amount of talent also surrounding him.
Turnover for Bataan. Check out this three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One Stop Shop Appliances. Nice ball movement there. And all coming from the ball screen at the top. Meneses, nakawala! Mark Meneses extends the lead to 10. Showing us the hops.
The athletic ability of Mark Meneses. See here, getting pressured heavily by William Bing, but was unfazed by it. Gets the step. Late ito si Jamil Gabawan. He found the basketball, was able to grip it, and hanging in the air to finish those 2 points.
Not much you could do there. Could have actually stuffed it home.
Exactly, yeah.
If he had a bit more room there. But then again, it's still 2 points and Cebu is up by 10.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo, 50 si MD. Hati mo, si Manny.
Back inside the Rizal Memorial State Coliseum, Mark Meneses 7.6 rebounds on 3 of 3 shooting. Perfect pa. Ito si Mark Meneses. Hit a 3 earlier and then that strong drive to the cup.
And he actually started this game but wasn't really much of an impact in the first quarter. But here in the third period, he helped Cebu to this double-digit advantage they now have.
Kapulong may have traveled there, but it's quite agile. Reminds me of a younger Joseph Gabayni.
Actually, yeah. Same build.
Magkamukha din. Halos magkamukha din.
Tama ka dyan. Ang tanong na lang, sino mas pogi?
Huwag na natin desisyonan yan, Abs.
Mahirap na desisyon yan. Well, free throws continue to hound him here in this game. He could have already had 6 points in the first quarter alone, the first 2 minutes of that period.
Maraming salamat sa LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. 0 for 2 again. But Gabawan able to get the offensive rebound. Kapulong! Up top.
Well, safe to say talagang maasahan mo siya attacking inside. Ito si JL Kapulong, but the free throws, he really has to work on that because he gets fouled a lot.
40 to 32. Here's Paulo Hobalde. Swings it over to McCarthy. McCarthy lumapit. Back shot is good for Rashawn McCarthy.
He's another weapon here for Cebu. If he gets going along with guys like Dennis Santos and ito si Mark Meneses who already has a few points on the board, and Cebu will be a very tough team to stop. On the other hand, Bataan, if you have Ives Sazo knocking down shots like that, they're also a formidable squad.
Ladis. Inside to Paulo Hobalde. That's a great play. A little misdirection there. Meneses, they thought Meneses was going to get the handoff, and instead Hobalde slips to the basket.
Well, because everybody has been a threat on the floor here for Cebu, Bataan has had to choose, and their rotations have not really brought about good coverages against the Cebu Classic here in the third quarter.
Jeff Santos gets the teardrop to fall, pero may pito. The third foul on Kapulong as he pushed Paulo Hobalde away there on the rebound. China. Seven points ang lamang ng Cebu. They have the ball. Hawkvist. Now they get the switch. Swing. Another extra pass. McCarthy misses. Gabawan with the rebound. Mamadali si Ives Sazon. A nice backdoor play, but met by Paulo Hobalde there, and it's a turnover.
Cebu's communicating much better here in the third quarter.
Check out this assist of the game. Brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
They were overplaying him on top, talking about Paulo Balde, and he made a good read of cutting to the basket. Nobody on him.
Here's McCarthy. Pocket pass. Hogquist, nabitawan ng bola. Cani attacks middle. Recovered by Santos. The kick out to Cani. Corner three is good.
He hit the corner three-point shot towards the latter part of that game against the Gensan Warriors. Cani is a dead shot from the outside.
Ubalde. Santos. McCarthy from the corner. No. Gabawan to Sazon. Ives attacks and he'll get the bounce. The Risers rising from the grave really in the second half. Seemed like nothing was going their way. And just like that, Ives Sazon finding his range, and now he gets the chance to complete a three-point play here.
And a chance to get into double figures as well. And I think the crowd behind these Risers here in this game really giving them a lot of energy and a lot to fight for. Hindi lang sila basta-basta uurong dito sa laro na to against Cebu. We're actually having a nice matchup between these two teams.
This was a 10-point lead just moments ago. 9 points now para kay Ives Sazon. Make that 10 for the second all-time leading scorer in the MPBL. Jeco Bancale is back in the game. Santos getting a little too physical with him. Dennis Santos. Airboom Tampos commits the turnover. And Bataan will take the lead.
I think that ball is a little bit too slippery right now. A lot of fumbles between these two squads the past two possessions. Tampos there losing it, and then Cani with the presence of mind, seeing Jeff Santos ahead of the pack and finishing on the break.
The Risers are now on top, 44 to 43. And Cebu needs 45 to 44 rather. Cebu needs a timeout.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si ME! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Ives Sazon finished with 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting. 3 rebounds and 2 steals as well. At the rate things are going, okay, I think mahabol kaya ni Ives Sazon si John Wilson.
I think so. I think he can.
I think we gotta check the running total with
Check nga natin. Oh.
our head statistician Jao Mangonon. 10 points now para kay Ives Sazon, 45 to 44.
And it's impressive that he's number 2 right now, considering that he took a short leave to play 3x3 basketball. That's how good a scorer he is.
Bancale. Jeco drives the kick out to Santos. Has time. Santos. No. Boom boom. Offensive rebound. Ubalde to Boom Boom Tampos. Back to Paulo Ubalde. Three-pointer in and out. Boom Boom tracks it down. And it gets the stick back.
He was part of the reason why Cebu had such an amazing second quarter. Ito si Boom Boom Tampos. He has 9 points now in this game. Paulo Ubalde has yet to get a three-point shot after knocking down one in the first half.
6 seconds to work with. Cani with the hesitation move. Santos launches a three. It's good. Jeff Santos, 5 straight points to make it 48-46 for Bataan.
I gotta tell you, Sadelf, I think we're watching one of the more classic games that we have so far this season.
And both teams battling tooth and nail here in the third quarter. Honkfist for 3. That's off. And just the motor and the activity nitong si Boom Boom Tampos. He is a handful, but check out the poise here of Hubert Cani in finding Jeff Santos, who's a much improved three-point shooter this season.
When you say poise, Hubert Cani definitely part of that conversation. Even with his shot clock winding down, he almost always makes the right decisions for his team.
Maniguez is back in the game. Jeko, 8 seconds to work with. Bancale finds Honkfist inside. Honkfist, no finish. Boom Boom Tampos. Bancale, no. Maniguez inside, still no good. And Tampos and Javier refusing to let go. Akin ang bola na yan.
Well, I'm surprised I'm seeing this kind of spunk from Chris Javier this season. I love it.
Javier, great defensive stop there on the block with Maniguez, and the two players just refusing to let go of that basketball.
Chris Javier, usually a very calm guy who's very soft-spoken, but in the games that he's had so far with Bataan this season, I'm seeing a lot of bravery galing kay Chris Javier.
And Santos again. Absolutely.
They're loving it right now.
I know he's a much improved three-point shooter, and I mentioned that. I've seen the tune-up games.
Yeah.
And I've seen this, but I don't like this.
Well, he was certainly feeling himself after that made three-point shot. Yeah, Jeff Santos has been a good role player for Bataan these past couple of years.
Jeko Bancale is into double figures, 10 points para sa kanya. What a turnaround for Bataan.
Even with that technical, Sadelf, I'm still happy if I'm Coach Goody Ilagan with Jeff Santos, you know, showing this kind of attitude on the court. Of course, next time huwag niya na gawin. Pero
ginawa niya rin kay Paolo kanina yun.
Yes, exactly.
Kaya nakikita na ng mga referees natin.
But I like that he's competing really hard here on the floor, on both ends.
Bancale to Maniguez, swing to Meneses. That's a 3, first miss of Meneses. Hubert Cani has played the entire third quarter here. Cani, there's a switch. Meneses on him now. Hubert. Nag-abot ba to sa FEU yung dalawang to?
Yes, I think nag-abot sila.
Cani will drive, no finish. Last touch, Honkfist.
It could have been a good play there by Hubert Cani, although he was the only guy touching the basketball on that possession. He drew Honkfist on the switch and took him on inside to the basket. Just couldn't get the bounce on the finger roll.
Fresh 14 for Bataan. The inbound to Santos. Javier. Gabawan, top of the key. Santos. He takes the 3, short this time. The tap ends up with Gabawan. Javier. We go to Gabawan. Adlawan is in the game for Cebu. Santos, another 3. Maniguez able to grab that rebound. And things getting chippy here.
Unfortunately, that's going to be 2 shots
for Daryl Maniguez.
Bataan already in the penalty.
Narel Manliguez brought in one of his closest friends, Air Boom Boom Tampos, to this Cebu lineup.
And so far, those two players are working wonders for this franchise in their
Is
comeback.
that Lian Martel?
Yes, that is Lian Martel.
Mainit Mainit Masyado pa maliwanag dito sa Rizal Memorial. Although magandang lighting.
Magandang lighting, I gotta say.
Magandang lighting.
Baka masyado talaga siya nasisilaw. Di siguro sa sanay eh. Sporting, ano ba tawag sa look na yan?
Futuristic siguro. Campos to inbound. Manliguez. Jeco. He'll drive. And he'll draw the foul on Dom Vera.
When he puts his head down, it's pretty hard to keep in step with it as si Jeco Bancale. Dom Vera certainly bumped him.
Meanwhile, let's go to Sidney Crespo.
Natupad ni Jeco Bancale ang kanyang pangarap na mag-champion sa NCAA last year. Pero ngayon, ang bago niyang goal ay matuto at magkaroon ng bagong experiences dito sa MPBL. Hindi naging madali ang kanyang desisyon to let go of his last playing year in Mapua. Pero kasama sa decision-making na ito ay yung comeback ng Cebu at ang pride para sa kanyang hometown, Lapu-Lapu City. Ngayon daw, dami na niyang natutunan sa mga veterans, professional players tulad ng kanyang kuya Paulo Hubalde. Kwento niya last year, nakanood ng championship game ang kanyang pamilya dito sa Manila. Sana daw ngayong taon ay lumipad sila ulit pa Maynila para sa isang championship game na naman sa Del Javi.
Maraming salamat, Sid, on that report on Jeco Bancale. And, you know, this is just the beauty of the MPBL. I know it's a sacrifice, really, to forego that final year with Mapua. They are still a pretty good team in the NCAA.
Exactly. Even coming off a championship, so that's really a hard decision.
Yeah, but there he is. That's a hard decision as well to leave Robby Darang open. But I like the fact that he is, you know, he has his own motivations here na, you know, there's life after college basketball ang iniisip niya.
Hey, that's on the minds of a lot of players right now playing collegiate ball. There's always this opportunity now to play professional ball early in their careers.
Bring us on the leak out. Javier, a stick back. What a turnaround. It's a 16-point turnaround.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Oh! Tumalon yung puso ko doon. Muntik na pumasok.
That was halfway down. Wow, this is such an exciting game.
Highlights of the game are brought to you by Simplus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. And Cebu led by 10 in this quarter, 40-30. But the Bataan Risers, led by Ives Sazon and Jeff Santos, who hit a couple of three-pointers here, sparking a 16-point turnaround in the last 7 minutes of the period. And then we head to the fourth with the Risers ahead 56-50 against the Cebu Clap. That's our LGR fan of the game, brought to you by LGR Sportswear, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Anong opinion mo dyan, Mr. Javi Palanya, sa outfit of the day natin?
Wala akong opinion eh. Hindi ako masyado talagang fashion police eh. I don't have the authority to speak on that.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Good for you.
Yeah, I will stay in my lane.
Good for you. And Bataan Gallery.
Buhay na buhay sila
Buhay na
dito.
buhay after that third quarter run by the Risers.
They're
You
very
know
happy to
what?
be
This
here.
is turning out to be my favorite venue.
Yeah, actually.
You know what?
The first game pa lang to, ha?
Sana
We're
dito
already
tayo.
having a spectacular exchange between these two squads.
Sana dito tayo lagi.
Sana actually. I'd be happy if this would be our new home venue.
Oh, alley-oop, Darang to Ramos. 58 to 50.
And earlier, Sidel, I've been mentioning a lot of times ang kahirapan ng Bataan makahanap ng magandang kombinasyon sa loob to really establish their rotation. But right now, kahit sinong ipasok nila para maganda ang linalaro here in the second half.
Well, Coach Goody and Coach Ogie had to be a little patient with that 5 kanina.
Well, you gotta give a lot of credit to Hubert Cani, who really did a good job quarterbacking for that unit in the third quarter.
Check out this play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
And now Robbie Darang is coming in fresh off the bench, really doing a good job of setting the tone here in the fourth quarter para dito sa Bataan Risers, carrying on that momentum that they had in the third quarter to the start of this period.
Now it's a 20-point turnaround. Pero ito nga yung this is the thing with this game. It's just so easy, it's so quick to lose a lead and take the lead.
Correct,
so quick.
yeah. Because Cebu had the lead in the second quarter and for the early part of that third period before Bataan took over here, but the momentum continues to rise here para sa Bataan.
That's 6 3-pointers in the second half. Bagsak si Darang, offensive foul, Lepalam.
And Cebu, they seem to be crumbling here, really getting the bad part of the energy that the Bataan crowd is giving them right now. Take a look at that. Certainly an illegal screen there by Ladis Lepalam, which typically ran over Robbie Darang.
But here's the thing, Javi. Yung mga players for Cebu, they've proven themselves already. Kayang-kaya individually to put together their own personal run, but Bataan is doing it collectively. Yun yung maganda sa kanila.
That's correct. I love that observation. That's why Cebu right now, they have to figure out how to get back from this deficit as a team. To your point, already great talent on this squad, but they have to figure out a way how to make it work collectively.
Darang, binabantayan ni Hubalde. Darang gets away and puts it in.
Defensively as well, Robbie Darang has been eating Paolo Hubalde up alive.
This is an 11-0 run to start the fourth quarter, and Paolo Hubalde.
That's a big basket para sa kanila to douse cold water on the hot run that Bataan has been having right now.
Robbie. Carl Bringas for 3. That's short. Rebound, Paolo Hubalde. They put pressure on Paolo, fouled by Alex Ramos.
See, despite the lead, Bataan is playing like they're down right now defensively. You don't really see teams that are up by double digits still pressuring in the backcourt after a missed shot.
Well, the key here really is pressure, because I don't think Cebu, with their defense, hindi na sila ganun kataas ang intensity nila defensively. Parang bumaba din eh.
Correct, hindi na ganun kadiin. Well, I think fatigue is starting to play a factor para sa Cebu. That's the reason why the intensity went down. This Bataan squad, I know they've been practicing for quite some time already. Kaya naman, understandably, their conditioning is maybe slightly better than this Cebu team, who have only been practicing for only a few weeks together.
And there's a foul. And Daryl Manliguez brought in to make the pace faster para dito sa Cebu, and you check out Karen Manligue's stats against Quezon, 10 points. He was their best scorer, but mintis ang free throw niya.
The only guy in double figures in that game against the Huskers.
1 for 2. Dom Vera, pinahinga muna. Jeff Santos is back. Almost a steal there. Oh, natapik. Ends up with Javier Gabawan. Plenty of time here. Javier to Robbie Darang. Binabatay ni Manligues. Robbie pulls up the jumper. No. Javier with the rebound, and he puts it in.
Javier outworking Gladys Lepalam there on that rebound play, going for that loose ball and putting it right back in very easily. Ito si Chris Javier.
Santos drives, basket plus the foul.
Dennis Santos, you could see it in his face that he really was hoping for a good bounce back game here after a lackluster performance in their first 2 outings.
They're very good at putting the ball on the deck, finishing through contact as well. Dennis Santos. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances sa subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Santos could not complete the three-point play.
That's a surprising miss from Dennis Santos at the free throw line.
Gabawan. Carl Bringas wide open, and he knocks it down.
He really has been taking more three-point shots this year. Ito si Carl Bringas. He's been given a lot of authority by the coaching staff.
I think he's improved a lot.
And that's why the increased playing time as well. In fact, he starts a couple of their games.
Another stop for Bataan, up 15.
Oh, they held their breath there. That was an open look for Dennis Santos.
Well, they're playing like they're not up by 15.
Exactly.
The urgency is still there for the Risers. Gabawan. Besazon. JL Capulong with the pick. Sazon, too strong. They dodged a bullet there. And Martinez with a rim run and the finish.
And Capulong slow to get back on transition D there. Oh, steal.
Meneses to Bancale halfway through this fourth quarter. Meneses for 3. Bancale all alone for the rebound.
He tried to go for the putback. He was asking for a foul. Di na binaba yung bola dun, but I think the better decision would have been to reset the offense for Cebu.
And check out this assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feed more game with 1xBet. Meneses with a feed to Martinez. Cebu still down by 13. With 4 minutes and 38 seconds remaining.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MD! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Hubert Cani with 10 points, 2 assists and 3 steals against the Gensan Warriors. Big three-pointer as well. He fell short, but Cani 6 points, 4 assists really just doing a fine job quarterbacking dito sa Bataan, especially in the second half.
Yeah, that third quarter was really crucial para sa kanila. He did not rest at all in the third period. And it was a big reason why they were able to erect a double-digit advantage heading into the fourth quarter.
Rodriguez could not convert on the spin. Kani. Kapulong up against Martinez. JL, drop step, short. Bangkale. Rodriguez. Santos puts the ball on the deck. Santos, basket plus the foul.
Great read right there. Good job by Cebu for being able to get it to Dennis Santos. He was wide open for a while there. Manliguez, although he had a lane to the basket in the middle, still able to get it to Dennis Santos, who only had Kapulong in front of him, recognizing the foot speed advantage, getting to the ring, drawing the foul, and making the basket.
John Amon has been sent in and Dennis Santos completes the three-point play. Nababa na sa 10 kalamangan dito from as high as 17. 10 points and 5 rebounds for Dennis Santos. Kani able to cross half court. Gabawan. They go to Sazon. A push on Meneses.
I even thought it was going to go against Bangkale, but it seemed that the swipe was clean. However, there was a push as a referee saw.
Well, they're saying that foul should be before the shot.
It is going to be a baseline throw-in.
Kani. We go to Kapulong. And Santos. Jeff on the drive. Goes to Sazon. Extra pass. Gabawan. Basket plus the foul. Wonderful team play there from the Risers.
Nobody helping the helper para sa Cebu. See here, Sazon drawing Martinez on the help side, but nobody dropping down to get Gabawan, who was Martinez's man there.
Solid game for Jamil Gabawan. 8.7 rebounds and 5 assists.
There's just a really one knock on the game of Bataan here this afternoon. It's really their free throw shooting still, just like in their last game against Jinsan. They're 10 out of 18 from the charity stripe sa laro na to.
Madali si Dennis Santos doon and he's able to draw the foul. Two free throws coming up, crucial for Cebu here. Santos makes the first.
I'm surprised John Habonete hasn't seen more action here in this game after quality minutes in the first half.
Gabawan gets his eighth rebound of the ball game. 11-point lead for Bataan. Gabawan, the kick out to Sazon for 3. No. There's a loose ball foul on John Hamon.
Nakitang-kita even from our vantage point. John Hamon pushing off there to try and get better position on the rebounds play against the bigger and taller Jamil Gabawan.
Very impressive for Bataan, the turnaround here in the second half. After scoring just 28 in the first 2 quarters, they're now up to 46 in the second half.
And they've done that because of great team play, better communication on the defensive end, and really the sense of urgency that we've been talking about, Sedelf. Even if they continue to be in the lead here in the quarter, they continue to play really hard on both sides.
Inside, Adlawan. Basket plus the foul. Nahuli. Parang napaganda pa nung nahuli si Gabawan dahil
He fumbled the basketball there. And that's the reason why Jamil Gabawan got to him and fouled him.
Dolan Adlawan at the free throw line. Sampung lang yung lamang dito.
This is still very much possible. A nice play. They had a lot of successful sets with that kind of structure, especially in the second quarter.
Bancale for three. Could have been big. Lead could have been down to 7.
He had a good line on that shot.
Santos for 3. That's off. No, they can't decide who touched it last. So they're signaling a jump ball.
Referee Jojo Belnas was actually signaling Cebu basketball. But they get to the conclusion that it will be a jump ball.
It's a 10-point lead for Bataan, 75-65. 2 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the game.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo, 50 si ME. Hati mo, si Manny.
Boom Limuel Campos, 16 points against Caloocan in a best player of the game performance. In the last game against Quezon, he had 4. And so still double-digit average in the first 2 games of his MPBL tenure. Balik siya sa laro dito, 9 points so far to go with 5 rebounds as Cebu tries to make a late push.
And they inserted him back into this game. He might be able to make an impact here para sa kanyang kupunan, just like he did against Caloocan in their first game.
Robbie Darang. Santos, back to Darang. The swing to Sazon. Travel.
I don't think Bataan was ready for that zone by Cebu. The classic zoned up there on that last possession and trying to surprise the Bataan Risers off of that timeout.
The lead was at 17 at one point here. Nabitawan ni Bancale yung bola. Natapik ni Robbie Darang. And Bataan, no stranger to comeback. Cebu, no stranger to comebacks this season. You're down by 19 against Caloocan.
Totoo yan. And Tampus was at the forefront of that. All 16 of his points came in that quarter.
Adlawan to Bancale. Back to Adlawan. He is fouled by Capulong.
The two Cebuanos playing the two-man game on the right side. The pride carrying their province's name on the front of their jerseys. Really helping them push here in this game against Bataan and not letting it down. May oras pa sila dito para makabalik.
Free throw shooting though has been a problem for Cebu as well. Although they're slightly better than Bataan, 15 of 25. So that would have been crucial. You know, 10 miss na rin yun. One for 2 para kay Adlawan. 9-point lead para sa Bataan Risers. Final 2 minutes ng ating laro. Darang. Robbie with 5 seconds to work with. Darang finds Bringas. And hindi in-expect ni Santos ang pasa na yon.
See, Delph, I think the key for Bataan here in the second half has really been their point guards.
Hubert Cani and Robbie Darang, both guys coming in and leaving their mark on the game, making sure that the offense is organized para sa kanilang kupunan.
You know what I like about Darang and Kani in this game is the way they've been decisive.
Correct, yes.
Parang hindi sila nagdadalawang isip sa gagawin
Mismo.
nila.
They're very intentional with what they want to do. And they make the right decision almost always.
Rebound, Kapulong. And this could be it. Bataan all set to break into the win column here in Season 7. Robbie Darang with 8 seconds in the shot clock. Robbie to Ives. 3 short. Last touch, Bangkale.
And see there, even with the shot clock winding down, Robbie Darang turning the corner and then going to a wide open Ives Sazon.
(77-66). Here's Darang. On to Santos. Sazon drives and he draws the foul on Adlawan.
The energy, the body language, the look on their faces, iba talaga para sa Bataan sa araw na to in this game against Cebu. I think just the sense of urgency, trying to find their first win of the season after close encounters in their first 2 games. Yun talaga ang nag-iba para sa kanila this afternoon here against Cebu.
Best Sazon. They were down big in the third. And coming alive for the Risers, Ives Sazon. 79-66. Timeout ang Cebu. Bataan on their way to victory. We'll be right back.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 50 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si ME! Hati mo, si Manny!
Nagbabalik ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa Rizal Memorial Coliseum, 79-66. Lamang ang Bataan, bola ng Cebu, 52 seconds remaining. After trailing 40-30, Bataan scored 39 points. No, 49 points. As Meneses knocks down the 3.
Trying to breathe some life here into Cebu. Will this be enough time for them to still make a little comeback here? Well, the Risers have this possession to try and seal the deal.
Robbie Darang. They go to Sazon. Ives.
Oh,
Turns the ball over. He gets it back. It's steal there by Ives.
I think that's just going to do it.
And they will dribble this one out.
The difference also, Sidel, for Bataan in this game is the way that they performed in the second half, particularly in the fourth quarter. Yan talaga ang naging problema nila the first 2 games against Pangasinan and against Gensan. They fizzled out in the fourth quarter after keeping in step the first 3 periods. Here, they were solid in the third and fourth quarters.
Just when we thought the Bataan Risers were struggling to find answers to their woes, they responded in a big way dito sa Rizal Memorial Coliseum. And Coach Goody Ilagan and the rest of the Risers are in the win column. sa Season 7 ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. A huge comeback win against the Cebu Classic.
Nyo this season. Pero anong binago ninyo in the end game to finally get this win?
Nag-usap kami na sinabi namin na kailangan namin pagtiwalaan yung depensa namin kasi doon yung magpapanalo sa amin.
Ives, sinong gusto mong batiin at pasalamatan?
Thank you sa mga